Streams of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Reject PPC and the One-Ton Hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One-Ton Hammer.
I will be your Zookeeper tonight, Reject.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Lucky Pop-Tart Inquisitor.
Sanguine.
Skep, Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Cassie. And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic, it's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them, they're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the zoo. I'm your Zookeeper for tonight, Inquisitor. Minion joining me is Mr. Adam.
Hello.
What is up, my dude?
Pokemon.
Yeah, I've heard. I've seen a little bit of that new Pokemon's gameplay, and I was fairly intrigued by the fact that it's not just like from the perspective of the Pokemon when you get into close combat or get into to combat with another Pokemon.
Oh, that shit's fun.
And like, well, it's like you play as the trainer, and you can like walk around even while your Pokemon is in battle.
Yeah, and they can still hit you too.
Yeah.
I got hit by a stupid Pokemon attack, and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, I gotta stay away from these guys.
Well, it's funny. I saw Callie, who is a VTuber, Calliope Mori. I watched her play a little bit of it, and she's all like, hey, I wonder if the Pokemon can hit you. And then she just goes and stands in front of a Bidoof as it does its like roll attack, and she's like, oh shit, yeah, you can.
Yep, learn the hard way.
Right? It looks interesting. I've never been a big, Pokemon guy. I think we've had this conversation before on here. I feel like I was too old when it came out. Didn't stop me from being kind of interested in it, but not so interested that I, had to go and play the games, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm the same way. Especially because after playing this little bit, I think I realized that one of the things that I don't like about these types of games is there's a lot of and I'm sure people enjoy it, get the most out of the game. But when I start having to like micromanage and start crafting shit, and it's like, come on, dude, just let me purchase it.
Oh.
I'm more focused on, I want to get a good team together and go fight. That's all I want to do.
Well, I mean, it's like there's crafting in Pokemon, really?
Yeah, it's not as bad as Zelda. Let's just say that. Zelda really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how annoying that is.
Yeah, I've heard. Very grindy.
Have you played Breath of the Wild?
I have it for the Wii U, but I have not put it in my Wii U yet. So I don't know. It seems like one of those games that I think I kind of would like, but at the same time, I feel like I'd be running around doing all of the things other than actually playing the game, and eventually just getting to a point where I'd never complete the game and just put it away forever. And the game's not intended for that. Yeah, it's a Zelda game. There is a narrative. You have a start and finish, but man.
Shit, man, I still haven't finished mine.
Yeah, I know. See, there it is. Because of that, I feel like I wouldn't finish it either.
Yeah, well, it's like weird because now I'm pretty much in Zelda. The only thing I have to do is the DLC quests, and like the Master Sword power-up quest, I think. So other than that, I'm just roaming around wasting items until I need more, and then I gotta go grinding to get some more. And yeah, I don't know why I haven't gone in to finish it yet. I just pop it on, run around, kill some stuff.
Now see, that's not usually how I operate. I mean, I sped through Red Dead Redemption 2 when I turned that game on, and then I felt like, I missed a whole bunch of shit, so I went back and replayed it like 2 or 3 times, and like tried to do everything. But it's the fact that I feel compelled to try and go and experience every little thing the game has, feel like I'm getting, value out of the game, means that I don't finish a lot of games, especially games that do that kind of stuff.
How's it going, Reject?
Hey.
I'm just popping in to say hi in between cleaning stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then
Hi,
I gotta
Reject.
leave. So hi.
Have you been? Is your thumb okay?
I mean, overall, yeah. It's got full range of motion and everything, but it's got that one little spot that sticks up, and I'm like, I don't think that's normal.
Oh no.
Well, it's not giving you any pain or anything, is it? So.
Only if I push on that spot. Last night it hurt a little bit more. But I push on it because you know how like when you have an old scar, even if you push on it, it still has some pain to it, but it's a pain that you recognize.
Sure.
When I pushed on this, after I noticed it, it was new pain, and I'm like, nope, new.
Well, at least it's not as bad as when I tried to ventilate my middle finger with the impact hammer at my job. So.
Don't do that. That sounds really painful.
It really hurt. I broke out.
That sounds like lasting painful.
I broke out into cold sweats and for like the rest of the night I felt like I couldn't pick up anything with my left hand. You can kind of see the scar right here. It just goes right there in this crescent moon. I put the impact hammer down on this finger and I just fucking went in about a 1/8 of an inch. It was enough to have meat hanging, loose. So I was freaking out a little bit.
All right. Well, like I said, I just I saw you guys were in here. Thought I'd stop in and say hi before I moved on to my next.
You want to say good night to anyone in chat?
Well, since I can't see chat, I will say goodnight to everybody in chat.
There you go. Diplomatic response.
All right. You guys have a great night, too.
You too.
And to all the viewers and stuff, thanks for watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got you.
Bye.
Take care, Rita.
Mr. Yes, I'm painting my Tech Priest Dominus for my Adeptus Mechanicus army. Hence the title. Dominating the Dominus. I'm just trying to get them done. I feel like it's going to get a little tiring just painting all these, brass sections, but he's supposed to have a lot of them. I'm not going to paint him exactly to heavy metal, specifications and take my own liberties with him, but I'm also going to cut some corners because I'm not going to paint the black and white on the Adeptus Mechanicus symbol on him. It'd just take too long.
Oh man. So did you hear about Sony buying out Bungie?
No, I didn't. Really? Right out from under Microsoft's nose?
I guess so. I was hearing people talking about it at work, and I saw a couple of Twitter posts. I was trying to stay away from all that shit today, so I was but I don't know what it's gonna mean. But I mean, just like I don't know what exactly Microsoft buying Activision is gonna really mean either. So.
Well, it just means that the next Overwatch is going to be exclusive to the Xbox unless Sony pays them a shit ton of money.
Probably, but seeing how Microsoft and Nintendo have been working together, I don't know, because then again, Microsoft probably doesn't see Nintendo as a real competitor, compared to like me, but I don't know.
What if Microsoft and Nintendo done together?
Banjo-Kazooie in Smash.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean. All right, got it.
Well, and you can. Did I talk about this last week? Banjo-Kazooie on the Switch Online.
Yeah, the N64 ports. Wasn't he? Or wasn't Banjo-Kazooie always on that? or is that a recent
No.
add?
No, they just added it like
Oh.
a week or two ago.
That's cool.
Holy shit, dude! Talk about it. I always joked about collectathons, but holy shit, this really is a collectathon.
Yeah. I would say I only know a limited amount of what's in Banjo-Kazooie, but that like collectathon. No, that is the game. That's the game you're playing. Is collect the game.
Yeah, no, because it's like, I thought it was just hyperbole, you know, like people would just, oh yeah, it's a collectathon, but no, I pick up one piece of item in the first level, and it's like, hey, there's 20 of us surrounding in this little area. Try and find them all. And it's like, what the fuck? Then I go in and pick up this other one, and it's like, there's over 100 in here. If you get 50, you get a special prize or some shit. I'm like, what the dude? This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, no, say literally that is the game for Banjo-Kazooie.
I mean, it's still kind of fun to play, but I don't think I'd play it for too long, especially like knowing Rare. They tend to go crazy with their level design later on in the game, so I'm like, ugh, I could just see where it's gonna go.
Yeah. Well, the thing that is interesting about it is that it's, you know, a bit like a Metroidvania in such a way that you get upgrades and stuff like that as you adventure, but it's, I don't know, the reward seems a little not worth the work, if you know what I mean. Because you got to play a lot of, I don't know, maybe it's just my perspective, because Banjo-Kazooie is an extremely beloved game, and it never wronged me, so I don't have any vendetta against it, but yeah, it's one of those games people really defend, so.
I'm wondering if part of that is it's the game that they grew up with, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'll sit there and I'll defend Phantasy Star 3's shitty fucking gameplay and story because that's what I grew up with, you know. So I was like, yeah, I get it to a point, but yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, I barely played Donkey Kong Country.
And I've never played a single Donkey Kong.
I mean, I'm playing it now that it's on the Switch, but when I was growing up, no. I mean, I didn't have a Super Nintendo growing up anyway, so.
Yeah, neither did I. I was a Sega kid.
Yes, sir.
So I had Saturn, I had, all those.
We were the cool kids until they stopped making the system.
Yeah.
Then we became fucking nomads and shit.
Yeah. Well, no, I adopted every other console pretty much as soon as I could afford it. I looked at certain games I wanted to play on them before I bought them, but when I got my 360, it was mainly to play Space Marine, and then other games came on it, so I'm all like, okay, cool. But is locking yourself down to one console, that was something that you had to do as a kid, and for me, It was always Sega, and everyone keeps on talking about Sega sucked. No, it didn't. It had great games.
No, you do.
I got plenty of use out of my Saturn and my Dreamcast. So if
hell yeah,
someone's gonna sit there and say that those were bad choices, go fuck yourself, man. Those were great games.
I remember when the Dreamcast first came out. Or no. I think it was the year, because didn't Phantasy Star Online come out like a year after the system came out or something?
I think it came out the same year, but you had to have a dial-up connection and shit like that, because online for them it was only dial-up, and SegaNet was expensive.
Yep.
I remember I played a little bit of Quake 3 Arena on SegaNet for quite a while. But after that period was done, it was done. Couldn't get back online, couldn't do anything like that, which sucks.
I honestly, I don't.
The Dreamcast was ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, I mean, if only they, I can't remember what the main reason was. I think it was just
disappointing sales in Japan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was say because Sega was the company that said if it didn't sell in Japan, it didn't matter, even though they were making money fucking hand over fist in America. If it didn't do well in Japan, it didn't do well.
Well, it's crazy too because the Saturn was doing gangbusters in Japan, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they were.
Well, that's the problem is that I
Caught
think
off guard.
everyone loyal to the Sega consoles didn't want to give up their Saturn to play the Dreamcast in Japan because they were still making games for the Saturn.
Yep. You know what's weird though? I don't think I recall ever paying for SegaNet.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I did this weird, like, I don't know if it was going around it, but I would essentially connect my computer to the Dreamcast and hook up online through that.
Oh.
I don't recall how the method was. You had to put in like an IP address, and it was weird. I remember showing my buddy how to do it, and we were playing Phantasy Star Online. I was like, yeah.
Oh, you mean like recently, or?
Oh no, back when it came out.
Really? So
Yeah.
for me, I always had to. You didn't dial into SegaNet or anything like that. You connected to your ISP, but it was all dial-up, unless you were one of the privileged few and still privileged few to have bought the broadband connector for your Dreamcast.
You know what? I think that's what it was. I didn't go through the dial-up. I had my computer essentially mimic a dial-up, and it just connected to my, because I had cable internet for the computer. But yeah, you couldn't use the phone line for for Dreamcast internet. Man, those are the days.
Say I still have my internet browser for Dreamcast. The internet browser CD.
Oh shit! Didn't that have an online game like called Swirls or something like that?
I don't know. I never really used it.
Shit! Did you ever play Choo Choo Rocket?
Yes, I actually have played Choo Choo Rocket. A buddy of mine back when I used to work at General Mills let me borrow it, and it's his favorite game of all time. But I haven't played very much Choo Choo Rocket. Just like 1 or 2 times, and that was God.
Dude, the online player was fucking crazy for that.
Yeah? I say, like I said,
Yeah.
the SegaNet games that I played is I played a little bit of Phantasy Star Online. Never really got very far in it, but I played Phantasy Star Online. Quick 3 Arena. That's what I played a lot of. Everyone's sitting there saying, let's play GoldenEye. I'm all like, fuck you, man. I'm on SegaNet.
Like Quake 3 Arena and Kiss Psycho Circus.
Yeah, you mentioned Kiss Psycho Circus before. I'm interested to try and get that game now, track it down. Oh,
so weird game.
You know what I found here recently? I like, okay, so my roommate came up to me one day and was asking if I had ever played River City Ransom on the original NES, and I was all like, no, I've never played that.
Barf.
Yeah, barf. I've never really.
Hold on. How's that for gaming knowledge? Cryptic. Yeah, I am a nerd.
Yeah, like I'd never played that game back on the NES. Well, my roommate got it on Virtual Console for his 3DS, so we played it for a little bit, and I'm all like, this is a really interesting game. I wonder if I can find it on the original NES. And it's gotta have been like almost 6-7 years since my roommate did that. And when I pull out my phone and I look it up on eBay, there was like one guy selling it for like $200. I was all like, fuck that, man. I'm not gonna, I'm perfectly fine with just, going the 3DS route and playing Virtual Console if it's that expensive. Well, I got a bug up my ass the other day because I saw that there's a new River City Girls game coming out.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, which is a port of an SNES game that never came to the US. So that's kind of cool, but I'm sitting there, looking at that, and I'm like, I wonder if the price came down on River City Ransom. And I go on eBay, and I look it up. First guy selling it for like $34. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get that. So I bought myself a River City Ransom. It should be coming this week in the mail.
Just the card, or
yeah, it's just card only. I'm not all too worried about getting complete in box NES games. That's getting too pedantic.
No, it's pricey.
Yes.
I tend to only get the ones that I really want. And I think the only one outside of like Monster Party is like Final Fantasy, maybe Dragon Warrior. No, I think I have Dragon Warrior.
I'd say complete in box NES games. I don't think I have any. I was thinking about it for a while because a Half Price Books near us sold a complete in box copy of Castlevania 2, and I was tempted. I was really tempted to buy it, but I held off. And yeah, now it's gone. But
yeah, it's I think the recent not the NFT, the ranking system really did damage to the used like collectors market type place. It's just, you can't find a game because people are uppricing everything so crazy,
Yeah, I don't think it has very much to do with the MSRB, but it comes in peaks and valleys. Like, you'll have games that are probably always going to be expensive, like Earthbound. I saw a guy, selling reproduction carts of Earthbound, but not the original. Anyone selling an original copy, even cartridge only, it sells for over $200. So there's always going to be rare games like Earthbound. Although, ironically speaking, it's almost always for sale. It's just for sale for a really weird price. So, I don't know. But, yeah, there's going to be games that are always expensive like that because they're rare. And then other games that you'll notice for, a specific time period, it may cost, $200. And then you check back like a week later and people are selling it for $30. It all just goes by the market, who's willing to pay what.
Do you think there's like an app or something that keeps tabs on it? Because that sounds like something. As long as you're constantly checking up on it, you might run across a good deal.
I don't know. I mean, that'd be nice, but yeah, to my knowledge, the only thing that the only way to figure out the market price of a game like that is just research it and go on resale shop websites, see how much they're selling it for.
Yeah, I want to get me a nice complete in box Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it was funny. I still have never played Chrono Trigger, but my roommate was looking at it, and that was a case of I think slightly overpaying. We were at a resale place in Ohio when he and I took a road trip, and they were selling Chrono Trigger in cartridge only, and my roommate was wanting to know like the price of complete in box, and it was a ridiculous price. But ironically speaking, the cartridge only was fairly low, but I think now it's like in the 60s. But when we were looking, when it was being sold, that resale place in Ohio was like 30
For just the cartridge?
for just the cartridge. Yeah.
I'd probably pay 30 for just the cartridge.
Yeah. And say, like I said, when it comes to the stuff that came in cardboard boxes, you're not gonna get the full cartridge or the full package, because people threw away those cardboard boxes, which sucks because Sega started doing that too. So there's a subset of Sega Genesis games that you're almost never gonna have a case with it. But yeah, those things affect price.
A nice conditioned box or the fucking inserts,
Yeah, well, yeah. If it's like a good condition box and it's a cardboard game, then you've hit like a mother load there. But
yeah,
if you do that and the price is good, it's probably an extremely common game.
With old instruction booklets as well, you might get lucky and get some notes. I got a Dragon Warrior game instruction manual that it's the kid wrote all sorts of notes in the notes section, so it's fun to read and just be like,
Oh shit! I don't even need to know where to dig with the shovel in the abandoned town. I'll be able to find the piece of the armor or the ring. I think I can't remember what you find there. It's been a while since I played Dragon Warrior.
I have the same problem I have with a lot of these RPGs. Like with I think I'm gonna run across with Pokemon over here. Like Dragon Warrior, if I were to pop in my cartridge and turn it on, he's a good level, but he hasn't done anything because I've just been roaming around.
Just grinding?
Just grinding.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fuck this, dude. I don't want to. I hate when you get to a point in the story and it's like, haha, now you got to go out and grind 10 levels to get past this guy. And it's like, I don't want to fucking do that. I just want to plow through it.
Yeah. Well, that unfortunately, that's like the name of the game for those early Dragon Warrior games. You get to a new area, you have to grind out like 5-6 levels.
Oh no, I'm pulling a Cartman and I'm just hanging around the first area killing slimes and bats.
Have you been that autistic to not only do that to have like a level
yes.
goal, but also gotten to a point where you figure out exactly how long it takes to kill a slime, clicking the button until you beat it, and then it takes you walking around the time interval between each other. So you're like, and because of that, I have postulated I will be done in 3 weeks. Solid time playing.
I just with games like that, I'll just pop it on and I'll be watching like a stream or like now I'm just walking around killing these Bidoofs with my fucking graveler.
Not the Bidoof. Leave the Bidoof alone.
Hey, they're just kind of roaming around, so I gotta do my part.
Well, I'm doing my part. I'm killing Megarachnid too.
But see, it's gonna be like it's gonna be just like Monster Hunter, where everybody who picked up the game around the same time that I did, they're probably already beaten it so many hours in. I have this probably around the same hours, but I'm still low ranked because I don't do anything. I just go around fighting the same fucking monsters.
Well, I was always like, I talk about, I was making fun of you sitting there just, grinding out against level 1 slimes or whatever. That's exactly the sort of stuff I did in that game, man. I just would fuck off and do everything but the main, intended goal of the game.
Well, yeah. Well, sometimes when they leave it open ended like that, I don't know. I'm pretty sure because I don't know. I don't know how other people think when they're playing games like this. Like for me, I'm usually doing it alongside something else. Like with this game, I have no idea what the story is. I've just been pressing the A button to get through the dialogue and um just so I can roam around, and it's so easy to just throw the Pokeball at these fucking things, hit them a couple of times, and then just be on my way. There you go. And I'll just end up staying in this beginning area for the rest of the time. But I'm gonna have a strong ass team.
I'm gonna have a level 12 million Bidoof.
Never evolve them. I think I can do that, right?
I think that was an episode of Pokemans, but I don't know about in the game. I thought once you reach a certain level, it auto evolves.
Yeah, it shows you how long I've been playing these games. I had to ask because I think I might have passed it in a dialogue chain, but I had to ask a buddy who was playing it, who I might add. He's the guy who I play Blaze Blue with. This dude's talking to me. He's like, oh man, I just caught such and such, and I'm like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's this, whatever type Pokemon. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, bro. I'm like, I just got a mount, and he's like, I got 3 of them. I'm like, how do you get 3 of them? The game just came out.
Well, people are that obsessed over their Pokemons.
Dude, I took half a day off yesterday on Friday. And I'm still in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, and I told you, dude. I told you on New Year's. Metroid Dread. Yeah, I haven't started it yet, but I'm already playing Pokemon, so that's just gonna sit on the old Switch hard drive for a while.
Man, I really, really want to get Metroid Dread. I gotta remember to get that before too long. It's a very cool game, not gonna lie. I haven't played a Metroid in a really long time, but it was, watching my roommate play it. It was really kind of cool.
Shit, if I didn't stop him, he would have been playing the whole game right there.
Yeah, right? Well, he's been watching speedrunners and shit. He can beat the game in, I think, like less than an hour.
Speedrunners, man. See, that's something. That's something I wouldn't know how to even begin with that shit. Well,
I don't think I've ever been good enough at a game to speedrun it.
Yeah, I get distracted easily. Probably all the pop. Damn, I can't believe it's already gonna be February 1st.
Yeah. That reminds me, I gotta pay my rent.
Oh, it's a big ass bug. I want to see these things fight each other, but like wild ones. Like I want to lure this giant beetle thing over to these other little guys and see if they fight.
Oh.
Let them fight.
That kind of shit happens in Monster Hunter, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the best, especially in Rise when you can ride them.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking come charging in on a fucking animal. Yeah, that game's pretty fun.
One game I wanted to really, really like, but I don't know if I've got the patience to, play it and see it all the way through. Dragon's Dogma.
Why does that sound familiar?
That's the Capcom game that's kind of like Monster Hunter, but you like it's got a narrative of like a dragon ripping your heart out and eating it, and so you've got to track down the dragon and slay it.
Sounds like a good love story.
It's got a really good like feel to the game, but it's very grindy, and it's very much got a case of where do I go? What do I do? Where do I do? Where do I go? What do I do? And I don't know if I've got the patience to just keep going back to that.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
But it's like I really like the game.
Wow. So, what gaming website do you write for?
Well, hey now.
Just make it easier. Nah, I get what you're saying. Hey, it's like like Dark Souls, and a lot of people like playing Dark Souls, and
yeah.
And for me, it's just like I really don't want to learn how to kill this thing. Can I just keep swiping my sword?
That was what I really kind of liked about Monster Hunter. Was exactly that, is learning how to fight it and what it does and how to kill it.
Yeah.
My problem with Monster Hunter really, after these last couple on the 3DS, I was just like, you know what, dude, I'm sick of playing this game and starting over from scratch every time. So I'm done. I'm just gonna stay with the progress I had in the previous games and say that's cool. It's just not for me.
Yeah, starting over sucks.
Well, it's not even starting over in the same game. It's the fact that they have a new game, and you got to start over.
Yeah, well, that's where I run into these problems.
Yep.
Because I'm like, well, fuck. I had a really good armor set and really good weapon set in the last game, and I gotta do this shit. Although I will say, fucking worth it to get Rush as my doggo friend.
The Mega Man Rush.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wish when because you can ride him, and I wish when you rode him, he turned into a Rush jet. But at least when you jump off of him, you see Rush coil. So it's like, yes.
That's cool.
And I think they have Amoroso, from I can't remember the name of the game. Okami.
Yeah, because that's a Capcom game too, right?
Yep.
I say one of the things I really wanted to like about Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was the fact that they added Phoenix Wright as a character that you could play in a fighting game, and that's cool. But I don't know. I don't know if I could stand something that cool in a game that bad.
3. I'm wondering if I have 3 on the PS4.
I have 3 for the Xbox 360.
Did they make a 4th one? Yeah, wasn't it like Infinite or something like that?
I think so. Yeah, that's. I think we talked about that last stream. We were talking about this in particular.
Huh. I'm gonna have to. Well, I have to hook up my system to begin with, but
yeah.
No, crazy oddball characters from Tatsunoko versus Capcom. The fucking guy, the zombie guy who takes pictures.
Yeah, Frank West.
Yeah, Frank West.
From Dead Rising, which is another game I like. I look at it and it's like a fun game, and it would be right up my alley, but I don't think I've ever been able to sit through and play to the end of it? Dead Rising.
When zombie games were all the rage.
Oh yes. I say there's an interesting video outlining why Back for Blood is such a massive disappointment, and they put out a good case for it, that all of the talent that made Left 4 Dead good were Valve that didn't go over to the new company that made Back for Blood.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying. There's a
That
reason why
seems to be the
Left 4 Dead was
seems
good,
to be the case.
and Back for Blood was not.
Trying to think. I think Blizzard had that same problem. I follow one of the creators of the OG World of Warcraft. And I believe he was talking about that in one Twitter thread, something like when the whole Blizzard Activision shit was going down, and he was like, a lot of the original staff who, actually cared about working there. After they all left, that's when you started seeing like Diablo on the phone and all that shit.
Yeah. What? Don't you guys have smartphones?
You didn't even think about it, bro.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit.
He just fired that off the cuff.
It's so weird.
It's almost like he was had nothing but contempt for the audience too. He's like, "Don't you have phones?"
Dude, all he was thinking about was going back to the Bill Cosby room.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
He's like, I'm just here. Look, it's Diablo. You have a phone. You can download it. I gotta go. I got more pressing matters on my mind.
Now I need to go and sexually harass one of my female coworkers.
I'm an important man. I got important duties over here.
Or are they working for Randy Pitchford or Blizzard? Never thought I'd add those two integers together.
Yeah, there you go.
Randy Pitchford and fucking Blizzard. Don't know who's creepier.
Yeah, it's always fun to explore these thought processes, because especially when I watch like a Young Rippa stream, and he talks about how the companies allow these types of mentalities to come in, and they just kind of run roughshod on the whole thing, and the higher ups don't care. They just want the money, but the people who are making the decisions, they have their goal. They have what they want to do. Damn to everybody else. So.
Yep. It's the terminal case of upper management.
Yeah, either they're counting their money or they're counting how many assaults they can do on them.
Oh.
And it's just weird. It's a weird contrast when I was watching when Satoru Iwata died. I can't remember what website or YouTube channel made a like in memoriam for him, and it's like, yeah, dude, that dude enjoyed making programs for his friends. He enjoyed making games, and he had no problem sleeping in the office, and he had no problem lowering his pay when the company wasn't doing so hot. I'm like, you don't see people like him anymore, and you certainly don't hear that type of mentality where you get people who are like, oh my god, I can't believe we're crunching, and it's like, well, but you're doing something that you like, right? I
Right?
mean,
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're complaining. You get to make games all day. Like,
Yeah.
they're paying you still, right?
Well, that's
But then again, maybe it wasn't so much the crunch and so much what they were doing.
yeah. I would say that's the one thing that they kind of let slip when they merged with Activision was one thing little Bobby Kotick said about how if it would make money, he would make so that games aren't fun to make anymore, or something along those lines. He doesn't want his employees having fun at work.
And I think that having fun mentality is kind of what a lot of the earlier game companies, like when I think back at like Westwood Studios or ID Software, you always hear these guys like talk about how much fun they had, how it was like they got to hang out with their friends and make video games, and that was something that they looked forward to. But that's how we get those great games. They come from people who are enjoying what they do.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of exploitation in that on some companies.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
Skeletons in the closet sort of thing, but I don't know.
Or you mean John Romero's head behind the final boss? No, that was bad. That was bad. I bought. Fucking Doom guys sliced in half in Duke Nukem. I think it was Duke Nukem 3D's anniversary a couple days ago.
Oh.
Hail to the king, baby.
Are you talking about the all like the references and shit like that in Duke Nukem Forever? Because that we have to blame on Randy Pitchford.
Oh shit! No. If I remember correctly, one of the classic retro game Twitter feeds I follow posted that it came out this day this year in like '93 or whatever. No, not '93. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I should play some Duke Nukem 3D. It was a good game. But yeah, I haven't had the pleasure of playing Duke Nukem Forever, so.
Don't. It's terrible.
Yeah, I saw a video, and I think it was probably Angry Video Gamer or some shit.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. The one thing I think is kind of funny about it is how pathetic some of the referential jokes were. And that they were like, digs at certain other companies. I'm like, yeah, you can make fun of Halo, but make sure that your game is better than Halo, which Duke Nukem Forever is not. So like the one that I remember is Duke coming out of the casino and walks up to a van, and there's a set of Halo Master Chief armor in it, and he goes, "Power armor's for pussies." Yeah, okay, dude.
Oh god.
That's when you knew the caliber of jokes in this game is going to decline rapidly.
I mean, he had the crude humor, but it wasn't anything like when you parody yourself, that's going to a whole new level.
Yep. Game is full of like fourth wall breaky moments. It's kind of pathetic because they're trying to be kitschy and smart about it, and there's nothing smart about it.
Not only that, but I'm pretty sure they're banking on the name recognition, and that it was because wasn't that the game that was in production for like years and years?
Yeah, it was the production hell game that survived the company that was making it no longer being a thing.
Damn, killed his own developers.
Yeah, I'll say it was 3D Realms made Duke Nukem, and then they wanted to make Duke Nukem Forever, and then they ran out of money. And so they didn't have a finished game, and Randy Pitchford and Gearbox bought them and tried to complete the rest of the game from the Swiss cheese code that they'd put together or whatever, and it was in development hell there until it finally released, and it was a shit game. And speaking from someone that kind of liked, the original Duke Nukem 3D. I say can't say original Duke Nukem because that was a side scroller, and we're talking clearly about the 3D version.
Oh, those old DOS games.
Oh fuck yeah, the DOS games.
I have them on Steam.
Hey.
Fucking Steam.
I didn't even know Steam was selling those.
Yeah, usually. I mean, I always wait till they're on sale so I can get a bunch of them once. And yeah, they have those. Like, they have a whole Apogee set. Was it?
Really?
Yeah, because I have Commander Keen as well.
Yeah, Commander Keen, yeah. That was the other Apogee games.
Oh shit! Am I speaking too much about video games again? Now we're going into classic computer DOS territory.
Right? I don't know, man. Yeah, you better be careful with how much you talk about video games, because you might summon Terry.
I'm just gonna hear from outside my window, nerd, nerds. Bam. Oh shit, you going off tangent, I guess, for a second. Have you seen the shit that's going on in Canada with the trucks?
I've heard about there being a protest where trucks are like lining the streets and honking their horns.
Oh, you should check video of it, man. They came out in droves. I'm proud of my Canuckistani friends up there. It's funny too, because when you see interviews from them, they're like, yeah, we usually wouldn't be doing this, but they pushed us too far. We can't be doing this, eh? And it's like, you can't deal. and then the Quebecians, they come out there with their fucking French Canadian accent. You can barely understand them. It's like, oh my god, when you piss off the Canadians, dude, you're done. And Trudeau runs away. Like, what the fuck?
That's what I've heard. Yeah, I've heard that. Well, I saw on somewhere, I can't remember where, that Trudeau finally has appeared to address the situation, and he just kind of like mealy-mouthed said something, I don't know, but yeah, it was it's been an interesting development.
Yeah, he tried downplaying it, but I mean, if you find footage of it, you see that there's a lot of people out there. So God bless you guys up there. No, but the thing is, it just reminds me of this one song that I listened to by this rapper named Classified. But he's from Nova Scotia, I think, or whatever the area to the east is. I don't recall. Not too up on my provinces.
It's either Nova Scotia or it's Newfoundland. I think it might be Newfoundland, actually.
Yeah, probably. But check it out. Classified has a song called "Old Canada." It's not the theme song, the anthem, but it's his song about it. And holy shit, I cannot believe I forgot his name. It's the last appearance of Mr. Leahy. Yeah, Mr. Leahy.
Oh, okay.
If you ever watched Trailer Park Boys?
No.
Oh. He was a character in that. I guess it's like that TV show that we were watching at Weebs. Remind me of the Trailer Park Boys.
Letterkenny.
Yeah, Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Because that's Canadian too, right?
Yes, it is. I haven't watched season 10 yet, but yeah. I've already watched all the others.
Yeah, see, that's something that I would end up popping in, and then when it's like we're gonna play the next video, is that okay? I'm just gonna be like, oh, go ahead, man. End up watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
I've done that with fucking John Adams in Rome the past 2 weekends. I don't know how I get suckered into it, but it's just like, I mean, I just finished this episode. Might as well watch the next one.
What is Rome?
It's not like a history movie. It's pretty much it's talking about the start of the Roman Empire. So it's Caesar at the end of his Gallic campaigns, and he's going back and forth saying, I want this, and it's just
Well, is it like
it's like a drama.
Oh, okay, it's a drama. All right. But it's
but
a historical drama.
Yeah, and it's not like a lot of. See, I can't even say that. I can't say it's not a lot of talk, because it is a lot of talk, but it also has like some gory action in it, So it's like,
yeah,
because it's Rome.
Yeah.
But apparently they cut the budget short, and they only were going to make it 2 seasons when the guy had envisioned it going all the way to like the birth of Christ. And
wow.
so
Okay.
like, yeah. So the second season is really rushed, but it is a good fucking series.
Okay. I might check it out. I keep seeing it advertised. That's why I asked.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get some time to search up some scenes on YouTube, I'd recommend the gladiatorial scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. The one character is like, yeah, I don't care, I just want to die, and they're like, nah, you gotta get up and run around, and they triggered him by calling out his legion, and he's like, hey, don't talk shit about the 13th. And they shouldn't have talked shit about the 13th. Fucking epic, dude.
I think that's okay. And we can actually attach this arm section, and then it just needs an ink bath. And I think he's done.
Mr. Yes says, how cold is it in Chicago?
Well, what are we at? 29 degrees.
Aren't we supposed to get snow?
I don't remember. I think so. I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, I already told my boss, I'm like, dude, if because they keep going back and forth between getting 2 inches and like a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I risked my ass last time, and I spun out twice driving here. I'm like, I ain't coming in tomorrow if it's too bad. I'm like, I'm just giving you a warning now. I mean, there's like, it sucks because last Wednesday, Thursday, we got a whole bunch of work in, so it was like, yes, finally. But I ended up finishing it all, and so now there's no more work.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, I was so bored today, and especially because I was like, I got to try and stay out of, Twitter and Discord and all this shit today. Try to be a good guy, and focus on work, and just watching some Coast to Coast AM or listening to it rather.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no work, so I'm like, shit. I'm fucking bored, falling asleep.
That's no good. I can't get away with that. I'd be noticed right away.
Well, they installed this super bright ass light right above us, and we were joking because somebody was saying it's like, oh, it's a light that's designed to help kill the COVID virus, and And then somebody said, yeah, and that means we're gonna die from radiation poisoning and shit. And I'm like, we're gonna fucking grow a hand out of our head, an arm out of our head and shit. We're gonna be muties. And we're not gonna be the cool mutants. Like, I'm not gonna be a Wolverine mutant. I'm gonna be fucking like oblong, you know? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or what's that weird? They always show him in the cartoon. He's like really hairy. I think he can transform into like a mailbox or something like that. But they always show him when they show like the Morlocks. What is the Morlocks? The ones that live under the city?
Morlocks.
Morlocks.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he was one of those guys. He had glasses and shit. I don't know. I was just like, fuck, dude, that's what I'm gonna turn out to be. Because I need more problems in my life. And then the guy next to me, he's gonna get like fucking Colossus powers and shit. Damn it!
Figures, fucking figures. Fuck my life. He gets to be Colossus, and I have to be fucking
Moloch.
Yeah.
Damn. No, but it's fucking bright. It's really irritating. I'm fucking covering my eyes most of the time. But at the same time, like today, I was like, bro, I'm falling asleep. Even with the light does nothing.
The light does nothing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try something here, because this is supposed to be a transparent, like water glass sort of thing too. I think I'm gonna try.
You're gonna try put a shine on it or a highlight?
No, I'm gonna make it, transparent and filled with liquid, but I'm not gonna use this blue that I used over here. I'm gonna use this green that I'm using. Maybe it might look cool. Who knows? It's gonna be going over bronze, so it may make the green a little brown, but I don't know, who knows? That could look kind of cool. Looks all gross and corroded.
What's supposed to be in there?
Doesn't matter. It's non-specific.
Oh.
They're just like chemicals that dude carries on his back. Who knows what it does?
Oh, and also with the fucking caravan, dude. Once again, The Simpsons predicted it. I don't know how recent it is, or I don't know if these two parts are actually supposed to be together. But yeah, there is a scene of Homer in a truck, and he's like, "Oh, look, boy, it's the caravan," and all the trucks come up behind him, and then it cuts to Justin Trudeau, and he climbs out the window and runs away. And I don't know why.
I'm sure that was probably edited in some sort of way.
It has to be, because that was weird. I was like, why would how? But then again, Simpsons has done weird shit like that where it's like, okay, come on, Conan O'Brien, you guys know something. Well, she's not there anymore, but when you were there.
Conan O'Brien used to write for The Simpsons?
Yeah, he used to be a writer.
I thought he was a writer on SNL.
He might have been a writer on SNL. I can't remember. I know he wrote the monorail episode and a couple other episodes,
Yeah.
or was part of the team that wrote it.
Okay. I mean,
Good old Conan.
I wouldn't question it, because again, like I said, I know for a fact that he was a writer on SNL. So,
Ugh. You ever hear some see that's what so today it was like weirdo ghost stories and shit that I was listening to. Tomorrow it's gonna be a toss-up between comics talking about shit like that. Like there's a Jim Brewer comedy bit that he does during a stand-up where he's talking about that and how they would play football in the hallways when they were getting frustrated, and one time Norm Macdonald took it really seriously, and that was just a whole weird thing. And shit, yeah, it's either gonna be that or watching Conan O'Brien bits. I love when he goes across the to a different country and fucks around with people there.
Are you talking about Norm Macdonald doing that?
No, Conan O'Brien.
Oh, okay.
Nah, Norm Macdonald. If you want to listen to some funny shit, you gotta listen to his podcast.
Yeah,
when he would do the jokes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd heard the podcast is supposed to be pretty edgy and pretty good, but
oh god. There's one with Super Dave, and Super Dave just keeps giving him this look. It's like, who's writing these? And Norm's like, Norm's just like, well, you know, somebody on the stage, somebody on the show. We don't like to disclose the names. He's like, you can't say this. And Norm's just like, well, I didn't write it. I'm just reading it. Oh man. Yeah, dude, sometimes I forget that I'm listening to that shit. Like this one time I was listening to Jim Norton Hates Everything, and he was going off on this tangent about oh my god, what was it? Oh, the fucking Cantina Band. he's like that's the worst fucking thing. Yeah, and Star Wars. He's like the worst thing ever. He's like, what, that stupid blue alien? He's like this stupid elephant. He's just
obviously
ripping up.
This is all like, you know, for publicity and shit, because it.
Well, no, because even better, because he's talking. Because I know, I'm gonna say it, and I'm pretty sure, because I just discovered these guys recently. But I've also heard that they have like a rocky history or something like that. Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like I said, when I listen to these things, it's like I look up Patrice O'Neill, or I look up Jim Norton, or I look up Colin Quinn. And if they're on the radio, I'm just gonna listen to them, you know, because I'm more interested in hearing what the comedians have to say and their input. But like at this point, yeah, no, he was going off and then a stupid dance, and you know, and one of the guys was like, "Hey, wait, Jim, how did that song go?" And so Jim starts going again, like, and then they start playing the Mos Eisley Band, and he's like, "Yeah, that's it." I fucking love it, dude. Oh shit! But yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm fucking cracking up at my desk, and I completely forgot that I had my my earbud in, and I'm just like, and I see the guy next to me. He's looking at me like, "You okay, man?" I'm like.
Oops.
Hello. I'm like, hey, you guys said I can't listen to this shit on the speakers anymore, so
So we got on my headphones. I'm just transmitting it to everyone on my earbud.
Oh god, no, because he sometimes it gets bad. They were talking about fucking 8-track porno and just ripping into it. It's so fucking hilarious. Oh shit, they said one of the best lines I think I've ever heard. It was like, "I'm gonna eat your asshole out and your nose bleeds." It's like, what the fuck? You just hear stupid Jim like, I don't think he knows how anatomy works. It's like, no. Oh bad.
All right. Well, we've been going for an hour 13. I think the guy's pretty much just down to the shading is where I'm at with them, and I think that's a good time to call it for the night.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we've been Minions of the Zoo. Thank you all for coming out and watching paint dry. And be sure to watch tomorrow where Skep is the host. But, yeah. Goodbye. Zoo's closed.
Right.